Kaieteur Radio.
Covering Guyana from coast to coast.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1 FM.
Berbice 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio.
Hi there to you, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste and welcome to this Monday's edition of the Lall Show on your frequency 99.1 and 99.5 FM. You know the drill. We come here every Monday and Fridays. We continue to let you know what is happening in and around our country called Guyana, where the publisher of the Kaieteur News, Mr. Lall, tell it as it is. So without further ado, I hand things over. Once time permits us this evening, we will open our telephone lines, and those numbers are 226-7453 and 226-7454. Sir, namaste to you, and the floor is yours.
Namaste to you too, Josh.
Thank you. Namaste.
You leave out, they can call on WhatsApp
612-2222, yes.
Correct. Please don't forget that, because I need their messages. Josh,
Yes, sir.
I want to share with you and all my wonderful viewers and listeners in Guyana and around the world just a little bit of how Suriname managing their oil sector, as to how we leaders running the affairs of ours. So Josh, please sit back, and to all my wonderful listeners, please sit back, relax, and here we go. Namaste. The ex-Suriname oil boss, a man named Rodolphe Elias, urges Guyana to have 24-hour surveillance on our oil out there. He said Suriname have its people keeping an eye and monitoring every move the oil company makes in their oil resources, so that they can learn and grow in their knowledge in the oil sector. Isn't that a good thing, Josh? Yes. Of course. Of course. Suriname have every citizen, their citizens, in the entire oil sector out there. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
I have a few friends from New York just walked in the studio. Sorry about that. We leaders putting their citizens to grow bhaji and bora and breed fish in cages in an oil producing country. That's what our leaders doing with our citizens, rather than putting them into the oil fields so they can learn and understand what is going on. The oil boss said they always have a drill man and a geologist on board 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, on every one of the drill ships out there to learn and see firsthand when they find the oil. So them don't have to wait for oil companies to tell them when they discover oil. Their people is out there to announce, to make that announcement to the citizens of Suriname. We, on the other hand, here in Guyana depends solely on ExxonMobil and others to tell us when and how much we discover in this land. It's sad, very sad, that we not seeing anything but bills in the billions of American dollars, like idiots and fools, Joshua. Suriname is years away from pumping oil and don't have them people learning from the oil from the drill ships. We pumping and drilling oil 3 years now. Do we have any Guyanese monitoring or learning anything out there?
None.
Huh?
Absolutely none.
Not even a single.
I am still a Guyanese, Miss Harris. Are you?
100%.
Surinamese is there on hand to see every oil spill as it happens in real time. While here in Guyana, our fishermen got to complain that oil afloat out here. And the government, after it's blown up into the media, instructing the EPA to use the same fishermen to go out there to find out what's happening. Could you believe this thing? Huh?
Yes, because it's Guyana.
You gotta love this land, eh? And the vice president wants to push down the fourth project, the yellowtail down we throat. When last anybody hear from him though? Huh?
He signed a contract.
He didn't say a word about any of the oil spill in the ocean. Nothing he didn't say. All we hear from the agriculture minister is that EPA going to investigate and get back to us. The entire Guyana is still waiting on that.
So keep it till the end.
The Surinamese ex-oil boss says his country does continuous reviews of the companies on the oil response team they have. This way nobody can fall asleep on the wheel. You hear that, Ms. Harris? No mistake. No mistake when it comes to an oil spill in Suriname. That's how serious these people are.
Exactly.
When I ask what kind of response team we have when an oil spill happens in Guyana, Exxon country manager tell me, we train Guyanese to handle it. With them couple balahu. That's what will save Guyana and the region when an oil spill happens or occurs out there. The oil boss of Suriname says, when it comes to oil spills, listen this carefully, Ms. Harris. Suriname ensures that it secures insurance for the cleanup and all other costs only from the parent companies of the oil operators out there.
As it should be.
You hear that?
Yes.
The parent companies. The oil companies are so well organized in Suriname that within moments of an oil spill, there would be a lot of companies from Trinidad and Houston, Texas, here in the fastest possible way to curtail the spill. That's the kind of arrangement these people have set out there. Who do we have?
Bunch of clown.
Nothing.
Huh?
Bunch of clown.
Nothing
Nobody.
and no one.
While Suriname has a no-nonsense approach where insurance from parent companies concerned to protect them and their country, Guyana is the exact opposite. The parent companies ducking and hiding, just like how Jagdeo ducking and hiding from the Guyanese people. The ex EPA head, you guys remember him, Vincent Adams?
Yep.
Said ExxonMobil promised to sign and send back that agreement, agreeing to take on full responsibility when an oil spill happens. The man was fired, and that issue went dead with Jagdeo. We are at the mercy of God Almighty, presently with Liza 1, 2, and the third project, Payara. Now, he wants to sneak in a fourth project on us. And again, if we don't stop it, you will have no insurance whatsoever. So, Guyanese, my fellow brothers and sisters, you continue to sleep. Sleep and you will see what will happen to this country.
Yeah, cocktail van de hele team.
Just last year, Vice President Jagdeo tell this nation that he hoping to get ExxonMobil parent company to acknowledge a $2 billion insurance. Yes, he hoping. Soon you're going to hear him say he hoping to get Exxon parent company to acknowledge 1% increase, royalty increase for us.
That's the game he's gonna play.
Hoping and hope. Hope y'all get a $2 billion raise of salary from this financial guru who always hoping. Understand this, uncle and auntie. Acknowledge means you hear me and I waiting to hear from you. That's all it means. Guyana still waiting to hear from ExxonMobil about that insurance they promised to sign. This information I am sharing with you came from an interview done by Kiana Wilberg on the Kaieteur radio about 3 weeks ago, Uncle and Auntie. Yes, here is a little more from that interview that made me smile. The former oil boss says Guyana should have a seat at the table in all future oil contracts. Imagine an outsider have to tell your country leaders to have a seat at your table, where your assets and business going on. You believe this thing, Bernard?
Bunch of clumsy.
Huh?
That's a nice word you're describing it.
Your assets, and you nowhere wrong, man. Hoping these gangsters, maybe they're hoping these gangsters will become a saint overnight.
International gangsters.
And sorry for Guyana. Uncle, having a seat at the table should have been there from day one.
Definitely.
Not in the future. Like the Suriname man telling them, man, you got a business with somebody. You don't got to sit down at the table to know what's going on, brother.
Definitely, that's what business is on.
Eh?
I hear you.
Guyana have a seat. But Guyana's seat is under the table with the leaders' pockets wide open to collect the crumbs falling off the table
Yes, sir.
as they cut Guyana sweet cake.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Amen.
That is what your leaders, these business gurus, accepting, while they polishing the shoes of the white man from ExxonMobil. This might sound funny, Joshua, but I need to tell you this. I remember asking the other day, Joshua, I remember asking the other day a lady if she would allow a strange man to come and cut her wedding cake. Cut her cake. Man, let me don't share the story with you guys. Let me don't share the stories with you guys. She said, Glenn Lall, you crazy? Come and cut me cake and share me cake? Well, this is what Trotman with the coalition and Jagdeo with the PPP has allowed and continue to allow to happen in this country with our wedding cake. Yes, me and all of you wedding cake. They have allowed Exxon to come in we country, cut our cake, and throw the crumbs that fall off the table in our face. Guyana, you're protecting your cake. You have to. The foreigners eating the icing. Yes, the black cake, sponge cake, chocolate cake, while we left with the wrapper and the crumbs inside. These people so greedy and you sometimes you can't find word to describe what these oil companies left for us to scramble.
International gangster.
Huh?
Criminal.
Let me share just one more single example of what Guyanese people have to face when I talk about them even grabbing up the crumbs that fall off the table. And what Suriname oil boss begging Guyana to avoid. Listen to this one. Today, Kaieteur News lead story gives a clear picture of how Guyana will continue to get robbed every single hour if we allow our leaders, if we allow our leaders to continue doing business the way they're doing it. The headline says, because Guyanese lack the capacity to do the work, handle the contract, ExxonMobil grants an American group and some TT firms a multinational, a multi-million-dollar waste management contract.
You can't even handle waste, garbage you can't.
Man, wait no man, that's our lead story today in the paper. Because we can't handle that. They give an American company a multi-billion-dollar contract. I wonder how many of our leaders really understand what that means for Guyana, man. Especially Mr. Jagdeo, who running this oil sector. Here you have the oil operations going on in full swing, and no Guyanese being trained in no field whatsoever, down to even collecting the garbage and the waste products in the oil operations. We don't have nobody doing that.
What is the technical answer?
So ExxonMobil has to bring in them own American people to take care of the waste and the garbage that they have to dispose out there. Could you believe this thing, man? Huh?
Sickening, man. Sickening.
It's two sets of things we're talking about there, you know, Bernard. The waste from the deadly chemicals and products being used out there, and the garbage from the workers out there. And both contracts were given out. You hear me, man? Both contracts were given out to an American firm and to some TNT
And they're full of
companies.
hearts washing.
Yes. Now, now I can understand.
Awesome local.
I can understand. Yes, they're boasting of local content. You can understand that enough Guyanese is not equipped and trained as yet to dispose of those deadly chemicals and products they're using out there. But come on, man. You telling me we people can't get a contract to pick up the garbage from the drill ships and the oil ships? Huh?
We can hire people to with experts.
After all, we president picking up garbage Saturday morning. He never pick up garbage Saturday morning. We president got to train Guyanese how to pick up garbage. You hear that? Man, sometimes this thing really get you sick when the day come, you know.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely.
We had Guyanese on those drill ships since 2015, when they began drilling those dry and wet holes, we would have had the knowledge and expertise long now to take care of these contracts.
Definitely.
But until now, we don't even have a Guyanese crapo, much less a Guyanese learning anything out there. That is what the Suriname boss says. Put people out there to learn so that the contracts can come in our hands.
Definitely. Transfer. Knowledge transfer.
They don't want it.
You know what I mean, uncle? For the next 40 years, or how long the oil lasts out there, your oil gone done. Gone finish. and down to these contracts to pick up garbage will not come in the Guyanese people's hands. That's what it means. That's what I say. When the big crumbs fall off the cake, ExxonMobil got them own people grabbing up that too. So you wouldn't even get it. You wouldn't even get the crumbs from the cake. Where is President Ali? Picking up plastic bags and Coke bottles with the army and the police force. Teaching, training, and learning, uncle, is what the ex-Suriname boss is begging Guyana government to ensure its people be part of the learning experience in the oil sector. But you're not hearing a single word from any one of our leaders. Not a word. A matter of fact, all you're hearing is how much couple little job you're going to get outside there to clean the ships. Yeah, man.
Low life job.
Here this next story we carrying tomorrow in the Kaieteur news. Miss Harris, you're going to laugh at this one. Yeah. 3 years now we pumping oil. And Guyana still does not have a lab to carry out environmental tests. Although the consultants who did the Paya project tell Guyana that this is a requirement you must be able to do for yourself to determine the impact of toxic chemicals and waste on the environment and its people. The people tell us that.
They don't care about none of neither of us.
Hear what ExxonMobil telling Guyana today. Them don't identify an American company who can do the job for we. Huh? So that will be another multi-billion-dollar contract to be given to another American company.
Hooray.
Wow. Them also said the American people, uncle, don't identify a place here in Guyana. Already have the equipment for the lab ready too.
Really.
How you like that, man?
Beautiful.
Huh?
Who's running the show?
Convenient.
Man, you guys understand what I'm saying here, man?
Inside information.
Love
right?
it.
Inside information.
Oh, Guyana. Y'all gotta help me, man. You guys really gotta help me understand what's happening here. And our government throwing a food project on IO. We can't help ourselves with one. We can't help ourselves with two. We can't get nothing from three. We can't get nothing in place to protect we.
Sickening.
And these clowns, these corrupt clowns, telling us, oh, we can give them the food project. Uncle, y'all better wake up in this country, you know. You want to hear another story? Another story we carry in. Not tomorrow, till Wednesday. But I'm going to give you upfront news. ExxonMobil said Guyana doesn't have people for clean the vessels out there. Man, I swear to God, man. I swear to God, man.
Really.
Danny?
Yes, sir.
Exxon said we don't have Guyanese who can clean the vessel out there. So now they have, now they will have to give their own American people another contract. Another $1 billion contract for come clean the vessels out there.
And they go, how will you clean it out later?
Yes. Them are, hold on. You gotta listen to this. The company already setting up shop in Guyana and coming into operations in 2 months' time. How you like that one?
Wonderful.
Who signed off?
Are you understand what going on in this place?
And they boast about local content.
Huh? Yes, and every day,
They boast about local content.
local content. Roop, sorry, you understand what happened in this land?
Where we go with gas to
Huh?
ship, brother?
There is nothing for us in this oil sector but pushing your hand in crab hole or plant bora and baji. Just for them foreigners. And of course, clean their mess. Yes, you understand when I say mess? Yes. This is what Jagdeo, President Ali, the opposition leader Harman, and the rest of them doing to every Guyanese in this land. Many oil companies, including Dubai, as part of their local content policy, realized up front that their people cannot handle or undertake certain types of work. So what they did, uncle, they hired the foreigners to come in, do the work, and train their own people. And as soon as their people understand the work, they tell the foreigners, bye-bye, have a nice day. Our people can take it from here. That's what they tell the people.
That's what smart people do.
Yes, that's what intelligent and people who love them country and love their citizens do.
Patriotism. That's what patriots do.
Mr. Jagdeo, Mr. Jagdeo, gosh, those leaders have a vision to develop their own people and that of their country. What are you doing for your country and your people? Allowing the oil company to dole out contract to their own people in the billions, while you government got the nerve to give our brothers and sisters 7% salary increase in Guyana dollar. That's what them got. That's what them know. Our local content policy, Jagdeo put into law, speaks nothing of that. The Trinidadians have it. Suriname got it. Till the oil boss begging Guyana to put it in. Oh, President Ali. Oh man. Please train your people, no man. So that at least some crumbs can go in their pockets. In a nutshell, uncle, what I said there, auntie, you have couple mango trees in your children, in your yard, and you got young children. They don't know how to climb the mango tree to pick it. You hire a picker. Won't you allow the man to train your children how to climb the mango tree? So the next bearing they can take over the work and continue picking the mango. So you don't have to go hire a picker to empty your mango tree and rob you all the time. Huh? That's how simple this thing is. Mm-hmm. Well, this is what Jagdeo and all the leaders doing at present with your oil operations out there. Not a single Guyanese learning to make a dollar. Not in the drilling operations, not in the boat supply operations, not in the helicopter supply, not on the oil ships, not how to dispose of garbage, not how to weld or fix one of those millions of pipes they're putting down in the ocean. Nothing Guyanese is being trained to do. But according to Juan Ejil, he tell the people, he tell us in Parliament that plenty jobs will be needed when we get 10 to 14 leaser ship out there. He telling, yeah, lots of bora and baji and okro, watchman, servants and taxi drivers will be needed. Y'all prepare yourselves. Tech teaching and learning how to do that kind of work. That's what these people tell you in Parliament. Mm-hmm. And what you're hearing from your Vice President and President Ali? Pump it, baby, pump it.
Full or packet.
Yes, man, bring more. Bring more for pump.
Drill, baby, drill.
Yes, bring it on. He's proud to announce the 4th project when Guyanese ain't even learn how to pick up the garbage yet from Lisa 1 to make a dollar. Who runs business like this, man? Huh? ExxonMobil done drill over 100 holes. That's no less than 10 billion American dollars. Which Guyanese know to drill? Or even know what a drill ship look like out there? None. But you know what? You know what that clung? One Jill gonna tell y'all? The oil people gonna need crab. Go push your hands in the hole. That's the only kind of hole they want y'all to get into. Crab holes. Yeah, man. For bring up crabs, for sell the white people them. That's what they want to teach you and train you to do. Nothing else. What else can I say, man? What else can I do to get these slumbering leaders to understand that there is tons of money for the Guyanese people to make now and in the future? Can somebody help me? Huh? How do we get these leaders to sit down with the right people to make sound decisions in which every Guyanese will be able to live a decent and enjoyable life? Guyana has learned nothing, and we pumping oil 3 years now. Guyana gets nothing, and we pumping oil 3 years now. And we not even hearing a single word. Nothing from the man who's in charge. How you like that, Bernard? Guyana's total take from a barrel of oil is less than 10%. Suriname total take is 62.25%. Brazil is 56%. Venezuela is 72%. Just Google it. I have said it many times. I'm repeating it so you guys can understand. Let it sink in your head. Guyana got less than 10% in their total take. This is leaving out the contracts. If I have to add the contracts to what Guyana is losing out, we will be getting less than 1% total take from our oil out there. No country in the world I know, none I know of, that is taking home what is thrown at Guyana for the last 100 years. Not even any one of them in Africa, Asia, or the Arabian countries. None of them settle for what we leaders settle for. When people can sell themselves for so little, it tells the caliber and character of who they are. I can only wish them well with God's blessings. That's all I can do. I have been saying for more than 30 years now, them can't fix this stinking capital city. Suddenly, the president called out the army and the police Saturday morning with plastic bag, raking up and picking up empty bottles and paper around the city. You hear that? Man, are you hear that, man?
Yes, sir. You see it too.
Jack Dale been doing that.
Maybe they should put him to
Ramatar been doing that. Granger been doing that. Now Ali come doing that.
monkey see monkey.
My gosh. Look what we president turned to. Picking up garbage in the second fastest growing country on earth. And that was in the Sunday lead story of the Guyana Times. How you like that? It was in the lead story of the Chronicle and the Stabrook News. Can somebody help me with this insanity that's going on in this land? Work what is city council and them prisoners are you feeding every day can do. Wow. Then you have a big chunk of Guyana. A big chunk of Guyana suffering what? Blackouts. Miss Harris, you didn't hear me, man. A big chunk of Guyana suffering blackouts.
They shut down Guyana meeting.
God. And the president saying he will hold Wartsila accountable. While the prime minister said a company to immediately dispatch a team to correct the problems. You hear that? They mean correcting GPL for the last 100 years in this country. You understand what I'm saying, buddy? They must correct the water, the GWI. They must correct everything for the last 100 years. And this country gets so much money now. You could understand that if we didn't had money, we got so much of gold, diamond, and bauxite that we give it away to foreigners who are fetching it out by the boatloads and plane loads. And these clowns, they're running behind, trying to fix a water system. GPL blackouts for the last 50 years. And giving away 720 million US dollar to oil companies in taxes alone in 2020. I'm telling you, they don't have money to fix blackout. And clean the stinking city. Creator, you really got to help this land, you know. And you really got to help these leaders. Please, I am begging you. Then in the same Sunday Guyana Times, Chronicle and the Starbrook News, big and bold on the front page too. Police presence and cameras to tackle littering and illegal dumping. Cherry Jagan and Forbes border must be turning in their graves to see who they left in charge of this country. As for them foreigners, man, but them smiling away to the bank with the wealth every single hour. They pick up the newspapers in Guyana, reading and listening how the leaders plan to make this country into a first world nation with this massive oil wealth and gold we have in this land. Oh my God. 720 million US dollar tax giveaway in 1 year. Uncle and auntie could have put 3 internet cables direct from Europe, Canada, or the US to monitor every drop of the oil that come up and to see if the oil company really drilling them 100 dry and wet holes themselves are drilling out there. And money could have left back for even fix this stinking city, GWI, and the blackouts. I am tired, Guyana. I'm really tired. I swear it, I'm getting tired. I need help. Let me tell you what we reported on Sunday, what Kaieteur News reported on Sunday as the lead story. This is the lead story. Kaieteur publisher, which is Lall, the man talking to y'all, challenges parliamentary order that gives abusive and extraordinary tax-free ride to the oil companies. Uncle and auntie, that was groundbreaking story. The biggest thing ever happened for the last couple of years in this country. The Kaieteur News had it big and bold as their lead story on Friday when the story was filed on Thursday. Yes, this is a story in which Guyana can stop every other 720 million American dollars per year from one project alone. Almost a third of Guyana 2021 budget and almost a third of Guyana debt we're sitting on right now. Yeah, man, $720 million. I moved to the court to get that squash, to get it stopped. Guess what? Today is Monday, and as usual, I glanced at the other media houses in this country, and None of them, from Friday to now, none of them reported it.
It's going to be more this year because more oil will be produced.
Yeah, of course, it's not only oil. It's not only the oil. It's not only the oil. It's more than the oil. But we can. I take on that fight so that we can get a change. Nobody. They didn't even put it on the front page, man. You know, Starbuck News carry it inside, but them didn't put it in on the front page.
Yes.
The electronic media, for the electronic media, only Gordon Mosley and I am told HBTV reported on it. None of the others said a word about it, although it has been a major topic and discussion on Facebook and on other social media platforms. Nobody seems to report on that. That wasn't important for them. That's not news for them. You know what was news to them? President Ali cleaning up, picking up garbage in the city.
They're proud that the president has to go out and pick up garbage.
It's sad, eh?
They're proud to
You should
celebrate
start from Lenora.
the mentality.
It's sad, eh?
Stupid.
This thing is very sad. Any citizen, it took me almost 9 months to get a lawyer to fight this matter because like, the lawyer is afraid to put a name. I am like, oh my God. That should have been the biggest thing. And these people choose to put President Ali picking up garbage and setting camera and talking about fixing blackout.
We have an expert from HES telling us how to manage our oil funds.
Exactly.
The same people.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I saw that. This is the culture this country has. This is how they see news. Who it came from becomes news. Not what, but who it came from. Imagine a citizen body challenging the decisions of your leaders in which billions of US dollars that can transform your country and transform the lives, not only all the Guyanese citizens, but all the lives and livelihood of the media operatives in this land and their businesses. Gosh, these people not seeing that as news. But like I said, the media houses see news from where and who it come from. The Auditor General said we lose out 720 million American dollars. And I explained the transformation and what that money could have done for this country on Friday gone. And if you ask 90% of the journalists of this country, if they understand what that means for Guyana, you will be shocked. But like I said, this is Guyana. This is Guyana, how they report news. Wow. Anyway, guys, the hearing is coming up on the 10th of March before Justice Harnanan. Just to let you know, it's the day before my 16th birthday. And by then, I'm sure I can take my vodka and coconut water. So, Josh, I'll be attending the hearing via Zoom or the court in a little tipsy fashion. So, notifying you all up front. Right, Bernard?
I'll be a judge anyway.
Big and bold in our Kaieteur News Sunday. The Auditor General said the Prime Minister's office purchased $790 million in hampers, but provide bills only for $230 million in 2020 under the PPP.
Steal, baby, steal.
Yeah? The Prime Minister office here what the Prime Minister office you gotta hear what the Prime Minister office said. That because it was an emergency, 790 million in hampers. They didn't get all the bills. my God. You buy $720 million in hampers. You guys have an idea what kind of money that is?
720 million, that's
Huh?
a ton of food, man.
Hmm?
That's a ton of food every
It's almost that 7% increase. They give all the public servants, man. That's the kind of money. In one emergency, them spend that money in hampers and telling us, them ain't got no bills. It was an emergency. I only hope these public servants listening and understanding what's happening, why them have to settle for 7%. For some reason, you know, Bernard, this letter 7 keeps popping up all the time tonight in my head. Is it my lucky number? Or is it the Guyanese people lucky number?
Unlucky, yes.
Huh? 720 million US dollar giveaway in taxes in 2020. Now we are told they buy 790 million, well, this is a Guyana dollar, hampers in 2020 and don't have bills. Them give all the public servants 7% increase in 2020. Is what has happened in 2020 that we ain't find out yet. May I ask?
With the 7.
A while back, Jack Dale said, let them talk. It gonna blow away just now. Guyana is a 7-day wonder. People just forget things after 7 days. And it turned out to be true. You hear me, Miss Harris? That thing turned out to be true. Some terrible things happened in this country over the last 30 years. And it just vanished in 7 mornings. It's true. Yes, the Skeldon Sugar Factory, Burbage Bridge, the Marriott Hotel, all the
GPC.
GPC, the Amelia Falls, the Sonata Camp, all these things.
The Surrender Hospital.
But it didn't from my head.
And nobody got
I have them in my head.
and nobody go to jail.
Well, let me tell the PPP and the PNC leaders. Let me tell the PPP. You got to stay a little quiet for me, brother. Let me tell the PPP and the PNC leaders. This oil is not, will or would not be a 7 days wonder. Not under my lifetime here on earth. God's will, I will make it to 77. And I will be a 7-minute grind in your ears every day. Is the word 7? You know, is the letter 7? This oil fight isn't going anywhere until this nation gets its rightful share of it. So start putting that on your morning breakfast table with your family if you have. Because Lall will be a thorn in your spine. And don't think that any one of y'all going to remove me from this earth. If my Creator doesn't want me to leave here, no man can overturn that decision. You agree with me?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. I know plenty of y'all been thieving for years now. And never expect that this twist in time with today's technology can unmask you the way it's happening now. Just a little more time. All your clothes will come off. Trust me on that one. All the evil y'all do, them foreigners, do with them foreigners, uncle. Yes. All the evil they do with them foreigners, the nation will see you guys naked. Not only your spouses. Just wait and see. The beneficial owners of the Kaieteur and Kanji is going to be in the open for all to see very soon. By the way, that is one of the reasons why the PPP, why Vice President Jagdeo can't and wouldn't renegotiate that oil contract. You guys reading through the line? This one is a heavy line. You got to read through it. That is the reason why they don't want to. And they wouldn't. Read through the line. It's going to come out. Some things already coming out. Some things already there in the open. But you guys not seeing it. This country, uncle, has a population somewhere between that 720 million US tax giveaway and that 790 million what I spent for buy hampers without any bills. Them give away 98% royalty of the public servants' oil. And you guys are accepting like dogs a mere 7% salary increase, man. And in Guyana, Dalato? No, man, no. This country only need 7,000 people out on that 700. Out of that 700 and something million people we got in this country. Yes, only 7,000 we need on the streets. And trust me, you know what can happen tomorrow? That 98% can reverse before you wake up the next day. We don't need 50,000 people on the streets, just 7,000 in the streets. And you would have President Ali and Joseph Harmon, Jagdev and Trotman willing to run out their seats to change it. But it called for a little spine. It called for your voices and your feet on the street. On top of that, uncle, President Ali got the nerve to call out them 7% salary increase, police and army, to clean up them same foreigners stinking garbage in plastic bags what they're throwing there. Is this country for real, man? Huh? It's when you people will get hold of what is really going on in this land, man. Yeah, Danny? You sleeping away on me, Danny?
No, man, I'm making comments on YouTube on these people.
It's when you people would stop looking at race and party and start looking at your future and that of your children's future. When you guys can start opening your eyes as to what the party leader is doing to you guys. About it? Please, man. Please. When are we going to stop seeing ourselves as Indians, Africans, Amerindians, Portuguese, Chinese, and seeing ourselves as Guyanese, with your children going to bed hungry while the foreigners fetching away your food? When are we going to see ourselves like that? When are we going to see that both the PPP and the PNC creating racial division every day?
Exactly.
Every single day, cussing down and abusing down each other. While all of them filling their pockets for their children and their grandchildren. Huh? Wednesday, I am going alone on the protest line. It's a one-man protest for me. Yes, so my share and my family share. I don't know about you. None of you I know. I am going to stand up at Houston. Not Houston in Texas where ExxonMobil headquarters is located. But Houston on the East Bank Public Road. Right here in Guyana where Exxon has its supply center. I want them to see me and let them know that I am there for my fair share and that of my family. If you guys need your share, you can join me. But please walk with your face mask and keep your distance because you don't want them to use the 7%. The 7% law enforcement to arrest. Yes, to arrest you using the guidelines of COVID. They would love to use that 7%, them 7% public servants, to harass you for just asking, uncle. Yeah, man, they would use them for harass you for just demanding your fair share. But they would not use them to go harass the bars, the rum shop, and the madness that goes on in the streets of Georgetown. I bet my last dollar that they will try to intimidate us for fighting for our own thing. Those of you who can't make it to join me in Georgetown, please bring out your families out on the streets, countrywide where you live, whether it's in Essequibo, Linden, or Borbies, wherever, man. Call out your neighbors and friends. Stand up for about 10 minutes. Take some group or family photos and send them to us. Send them to 622-2222 or 624-6456 so we can show the world that we mean business when it comes to our fair share of our own wealth. This first protest, uncle, is just the beginning to show the leaders the power we have in our feet and in our mouths. So I hope I see you guys out in the numbers. Every day, just read the newspapers, listen to the radio and the TV, and you will see and hear what these leaders talking about. Garbage, electricity, and so on. In the second fastest growing city in the world. What is happening here is sending the Guyanese people hungry to their graves, uncle and auntie. Yes, that is what is happening here. So you guys got to wake up and join me. We got to stand up. We got to fight this fight together. With that, I say good night and God bless you guys. I'll take a few telephone calls. Oh my gosh, I forgot that. I wanted to tell Mr. Yesu Prasad, one of Guyana's, one of the regional icon, has passed away. That is a man, all my life I looked up at him. I began looking up at him when he spoke out at the Guard rally many years ago that bring about a change from the PPP from the PNC to the PPP back in 1992. Yesu Prasad was one of the he was a leading factor to bring about a change in 1992. My hat's off to him. We have been good friends for a number of years, and I wanted to tell you guys a story, but he gone and died about him. I wanted to say it when he was alive. I wouldn't say it. But he went through a lot. He went through a lot when he spoke out against Jack Dale. A matter of fact, President Jack Dale went personally after him. Yeah, man. This is the kind of wicked, dirty leaders you have, man. You just can't say nothing. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys so far that the cabinet that sits there, even President Ali can't watch him too hard. Yeah, that's how they're scared of him. Everybody's scared of him.
DDL was broke.
Huh? Yes, the man was a true Guyanese patriot and an entrepreneur. He has made DDL into a shining star in this country. He has made El Dorado. El Dorado won 5 of the world award
Hamburg, Germany.
in
Hamburg, Germany.
yes, all over won. He's a real champion. The guy was just a champion, and I always love him.
All right, so you're listening to us on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Those of you who would like to call us this evening, you can do such on 226-7453, 226-7454. You can call us on WhatsApp as well on 622-2222.
Josh,
Yes, sir.
you know the man they bring back for run Gaisuku?
Yes.
Says
Narayan Singh.
Yeah, man. Sue Kaieteur News for a letter we carried in the Kaieteur News some time back. He used Timothy Jonas. The same Timothy Jonas that sued me 19 times on behalf of Winston Brassington one day. So you all got to be careful when you are writing letters and careful what you are saying on the radio. Like I said, I know there is a plot to sue me and the newspapers every day if they get a chance to shut my mouth up. All you got to do. All you got to do much, much better than that to stitch this mouth.
We have
Some of these lawyers should have joined me in the lawsuit I filed to regain with taxes and to make Guyana and the Guyanese people better rather than suing Kaieteur News. God bless you guys.
we have a caller.
Yes.
Caller, good evening and welcome to the Glenn Lall Show.
Hi, good night, sir. I was listening to the program every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I like all the contribution Mr. Glenn putting over. What is there is mentioned by the opposition, right?
Go ahead.
But another thing with the opposition, once they got Mr. Harmon there, you can't get protest under Harmon leadership of the opposition. No sort of support at all. And if the PNC don't get rid of Harmon, this country will end up being a one-party government, like the communist countries. That's what's going to happen there. They got to get rid of Granger and Harmon.
Man, a lot of people gotta get rid of this country.
Because they're going to end up in a one-party state.
No, but I don't want to get into that.
communist
I don't want to get into that politics. I can only tell you the seat they sit in and what they're doing, what they should do and what they're not doing. Let's stick to that.
Okay.
Whether I know Harmon promised a press conference since they come out. Where is the press conference? You hearing anything? Nothing.
Nothing.
But he doesn't want to come out. He doesn't want to come out leadership. No press conference. He and Jack they're in the same boat, man. Nothing. Nothing.
Okay.
They're afraid to hold press conferences because the ram goat story that they're accustomed telling Guyanese people, they can't tell them anymore because Glenn Lall picking them up and playing them on the radio and explain the game they're playing because they can't come clean with the Guyanese people.
Yeah, they don't want to tell the Guyanese people anything because I like how you're skinning them up though. I like how you're exposing them in a way and keep up the good work also because the protest is only one people's protest in this country.
No, we gotta come out, man. You gotta come out.
And this protest gotta be a Guyanese.
Exactly.
Guyanese protest.
It's a Guyanese protest. That's what we tell you. We can't look at party, we can't look at race.
You can't look at party nor race and things. Guyanese.
Exactly. We gotta look at our pockets.
That's right.
I am going there for 2 p.m., right? 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock I'm going there with my placard alone.
Okay.
2 p.m. So you can
2
join me.
p.m.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, Glenn, when Jagde was opposition leader, he was holding weekly press conferences. Since Harmon became opposition leader, has he held even one press conference, much as a weekly press conference?
Yes, he hold 2, 3.
Okay.
I think he hold 4 because all 4 times my reporters asked him after he promised the second time how he's going to put together his oil team. to come and speak to the nation. The third time he said he ain't putting together yet. The fourth time, when he asked again, he said Patterson done been on the radio and talk. Patterson was on the radio with Melinda Janke and a few other people and answered 2-3 questions, talk a couple of minutes, and he called that a press conference to talk on we oil. How you like that?
Well, the new leader appears he isn't any different because he was on Globespan on Monday night, and when they asked him if he's going to renegotiate the treaty, he hard. And when they asked him if he's going to give a direct cash grant to the poor people, he said only if they open business. So I guess all the poor people are going to sell dog food and plantain chips. But anyway, that's against the point. The bottom line is, here's how ExxonMobil describes Guyana. Guyana's resource potential, 25 billion barrels, going to be equal to 30-40 year reserve at 2.1 million barrels per day. Right? There's 2.1 to 3.5 million barrels per day. And they describe Guyana's income potential. Total profit for ExxonMobil alone is 42.2 billion to 70.3 billion per year. Right? Okay? This highlights how the Guyana's asset could be a quote-unquote company maker by itself. Guyana's income potential, which equates to $92.84 billion to $154 billion per year for the 3 of oil companies. But let's go. They further describe it ExxonMobil's opportunity. ExxonMobil is focused on growing significantly the company's original plan for earnings to grow from 50 to 30 billion from 2019 to 2025. The company was assuming $60 a barrel per Brent. Since then, oil prices now $83 a barrel, or $23 a barrel higher for Brent. That means production of 4 million barrels, 2025 earnings could be tens of billions of dollars higher. And fourth quarter could annualize at $40 billion. That's $40 billion per quarter.
Bernard, that kind of figure you're giving people, you confuse their mind there.
It confuses my mind.
Exactly. It's in the billions the oil companies will be making. Tens of billions they will be making, while we will be picking up the scraps.
Well, that's my question. If that they describe ExxonMobil's opportunity, what about Guyana's and Guyanese opportunity?
Exactly. There's nothing for Guyana there, brother. There's nothing for Guyana there. With 2%, there's nothing for you.
I agree with you, sir.
Right?
That's why we have to get on the street.
This is what we have to tell the Guyanese people.
Yes, sir.
You see all the long drawn out figures you call there? Those people doesn't understand nothing.
I know.
You got to tell them there's nothing. Man, and you don't have to go to school to understand 98% to 2% you have nothing to get. They understand that. Right? And out of the 2% now, when we should have been getting the little
2%.
taxes, we're losing that too, which would have been added to the 2%. So the government give you that too. That is what I challenge in the court. You understand? And I will win that.
You will win that, because one other thing, when Burnham said 60% and 40%, everybody thought he was unreasonable. But if you look at the world figure, it is only 2 countries in the world accepts less than 60%, and that is Australia at 59% and Brazil at 56%. Everybody else, every other oil producing country in the world gets more than 65%, which is up to from 60 up to 88%. So
Guyana settled for
11%.
11. Yeah.
So that is what the Guyanese people need to know.
Yeah, but like I said, we settle for 11%, less than 11%. If we are to add the taxes we give away, then we actually go on to nothing.
Okay, we have another call on the line. Caller, good evening and welcome.
Everybody else.
Hello?
Hi, good evening to you. Go ahead.
Hi, good evening. Am I on to the Glenn Lall show?
Yes, you are.
Mr. Glenn Lall, good night to you, sir.
Good night.
Mr. Lall, you were talking about opposition. We don't have an opposition in our country, my brother. We have the opposite of the opposition. Because they are not for the people. When you have a country led by a government, the opposition is the one who keep the government in check. The opposition is the one who hold the government accountable for the money that they are spending that belongs to the people. Am I right, Mr. Lall?
You're correct.
Now, you have your company, your newspaper company, that's Kaieteur News. Whose interest do you look out for?
Kaieteur News.
Kaieteur News interest. The government of the day, they're supposed to be looking out for the people's interest.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, it's both the government and the opposition should be looking out for the people's interests.
I told you just now, my brother, we don't have an opposition. You
And I
is
am telling you, the government is no better than the opposition.
What I am saying, Mr. Lall, is that you are better as an opposition presently now because you are looking out for our interests and benefits.
Yes.
The opposite of the opposition is a waste of time. They just keep collecting taxpayers' money. It's basically the foreign companies them robbing the people, and then the little that left, the opposition taking it free without working for it. It's a waste of time having an opposition. My point I would like to make, another point here, is that if we are getting a mere 2%, and they said something like 50% profit.
Don't go there. Oh, gosh.
Oh, God. Mr. Lall, please give Brother John.
My pressure a little high, you know. Go ahead.
No, man, why your pressure go up? Why I can tell you, hey, will make you laugh. If we get in 2% and 50% of profit, and we got some money in the bank that the government can't touch until now, if we get something like 3 or 10 or 15%, where you think Guyana would have been? Through the skies, my brother. Guyana will shine like a diamond in the sky.
Exactly.
And let me tell you one thing here before I come off your program. Guyana is a gift from God that never, ever, ever stop giving to its people. But I was watching a program on YouTube the other day about Dubai. It's not the isle that make Dubai, Dubai. Good leadership. If you don't have a good leader,
Exactly.
you are wasting your time.
Exactly.
If a sheep is leading a flock of lions, it's a waste of time. If a lion is leading a flock of sheep, run for your life. They are dangerous, my brother. And all we need in this country, my brother, is a very good leader. One who will stand for what is right for its people, what is right for the country, and most of all, stand for your people. When you could stand for your people, you stand for everything, my brother.
I hear you.
Because when the people is behind you, no man can stop you but
hear
God.
you.
You have a blessed night, sir.
Thank you. You too. You too. You too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate his comments. I have asked many times on this radio for them, both the government and the opposition, to name one single thing, one single project they have done for the last 30 years that they can honestly say they're proud of. Not a single phone call I have gotten from them. Not a single phone call I've gotten from any one of them. I go so far to ask them to let them have one of their underlings send the answer via Facebook or the comment page, and we haven't got that. I am going so far, right, to let them tell us one thing, one single thing, Auntie and Uncle, that benefit the Guyanese people, and not that you can hear them from them.
Nothing.
You know, I remember I asked 2-3 leaders when I meet them face to face. I said, "Tell me something you're proud of, man." You know, and like, man, one and say, "I'm not drinking." Hey, this is a comic. This is a country full of clowns and comedians, my friend. Dylan? Oh boy.
Someone just trying to let him to get $1 billion.
Where? Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, I don't forget these things.
And the government could have sued him for breach of contract.
1 second. The gentleman is saying that a letter, threatening letter. BK wrote a threatening letter to the coalition government just after they go in. And the man was paid millions in US dollars just with a threatening letter. This thing is unthinkable what's happening here, man.
Yes, and then he got a $50 million war for $500,000 US. So just a threatening letter give you $5 million US, and then he got another $50 million US for $500,000 US.
Oh my!
And he only paid 100,000.
If we are to go into these things, oh my God, this country is sick. You know how much people go to jail in this land? Huh? You notice, you see why the PPP can't charge the coalition? Because both of them have secrets to each other. Both of them see what each other did and continues to do.
Glenn, in a rightful country, both of them will be running to foreign countries and seeking political asylum, the foreign leaders who go about seeking asylum in foreign countries. That's what they would, in a rightful place, that's what happened to both of them.
I can only laugh what's happening in this land. Bernard, I can only laugh in this land, bro. Some of them just run out of this country. From the time government changed, some of them just run out of the country. You know why?
They're afraid.
No, not they're afraid. A matter of fact, when the PPP came out of power and coalition took over, some of them run away because they thought that the coalition would bring charges against them. Yeah, man. I don't want to call the names, but the Guyana know who they are.
Yes.
You know why they run away? And as soon as the PPP change, all they're running back.
Yep.
It's a pack of wolves, man. A pack of wolves.
Raving wolves.
Yes. Raving wolves. I gotta remember the word. Jagdev called me a raving lunatic.
Lunatic. You got calls.
Yet he can't answer these simple questions I am putting out. Take the call.
Hello, welcome to the Glenn Lall Show. Hello. Hello, welcome to the Glenn Lall Show.
Hello, good night.
Good night.
I just trying to make a comment.
Go ahead.
I'm on here?
Yes, you're live on the air.
Yes.
Hello, welcome to the Glenn Lall Show.
Hello?
Please lower the volume of your radio. You can't listen to your radio and listen to us at the same time.
Yes. Hello. I just want to make a comment. You see what's happening here? Hello? Hello?
Go ahead.
Yes. You see now with the PNC, when Borna was in power, he take all the money away. PPP are doing the same thing. That's what is happening in this country. When the PNC signed the oil contract with Tratman, they have money going back to them. Right? Now it's the same thing with the PPP. When they go in there and the people say, okay, look, this is what the country get this and so much you will get. That's why he's not changing the contract. Because he getting back the money. They getting the money, so the people not getting nothing. They full in their pocket. What Bornham did is one of them doing the same thing. That is their lifestyle. That is the two parties, the same thing. None is better than none. All of them just for themselves. They don't care about the people.
So what you gonna do?
Well, as I'm saying, the PNC did the same thing. When Born did, he was the terrorist, black mind, the wall, whatever. PPP know about especially by Jagdev. He did the same thing, made the Bobby bridge. Look, he told Demerara River was $100 when the bridge was made. He put it $2,200. You know how much he getting from that $200 per vehicle? Now they will make the bridge they have a bridge in Demerara here again. What will be the cost? That will kill people again.
Thank you.
You know?
Thank you.
So that's
thank
my
you.
contribution. So
Thank
it's
you.
the same thing. PPP, PNC, all of them is just for themselves.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. The Demerara, the new Demerara Harbor Bridge that is coming. Jagdev is telling us that a Chinese company will be the owner. Just like the Barbies Bridge, private owner, private public owner. This one come to be a private owner, and the Chinese gonna own them. Guyanese can't build them and own it.
You can charge you what you want.
And they're gonna charge you. They're gonna charge you how they feel like. So you'll be getting a fare like the Barbies Bridge. And he wants us to believe is a Chinese man own them.
And you want to stop the boat too.
Yeah, I gotta read through the line, Uncle and Auntie.
You want to stop the boat too.
The speedboat crossing the Demerara River gonna stop just for them, force people to use that bridge soon. Just like what he did to the Barbies Bridge. You want me believe is the Chinese people own it. Y'all read through the line, man, and read through my lips. I'm saying it very nice for you to understand. That's the kind of leaders we have in this land. He said Chinese are put on the hydro falls to give us electricity, cheap electricity. Yeah. Cheap electricity. Everything is a game in this country with them. Yes, Miss Harris.
There are a couple questions on social media.
Yes.
What does it mean when the TVG News reported that 14 shore-based businesses were given full green light to start? Does that mean more mangroves would have to be cleared?
Of course. Stop. That's a nice question. That's a nice question. And you know what? Joseph Harmon is the one that created a stink over mangroves. And I talked about it. He took speedboat and took a couple camera and talk about mangroves. Let me explain this thing to that individual. Mangroves is couple trees has to be removed, brother or sister. And you have to remove it if you want to make money. So if me and you, Miss Harris and Mr. Bernard, get to put down a shore base, we can't put down a shore base in the air. Okay? We have to put down the shore bases at the appropriate location. And if you have mangroves there, trust me, it has to be removed. And let me ask this question. If me and you going to put down, spend all our money, take a huge bank loan to put up a shore base in which we gonna make money, you think we're gonna put a wall that will break away? We will make it stronger than the mangroves, 1,000,000 times stronger than the mangroves. But Joseph Harmon created that, and this has been circulating in people's mind, you know. Oh, they're gonna cut down the mangroves, but hey, anything gotta be removed for we to make money. And shore base is one of the ways in which Guyanese can get a little money from their oil. All right. So you guys got to get your priorities right.
Correct.
I have another one.
Yes, go ahead.
Why don't you work with the president and help the people? That's the question.
I think I'm helping the president right here, and I'm helping the opposition right here, and I'm helping the world and all the Guyanese people right here from this radio station.
Indeed.
The same thing I'm saying here, Miss Harris, I'll tell the president. I say, boy, listen, Suriname is doing this. You got to do that. And I'm saying it right here. So I don't have to go sit down with him to tell him that. I'm telling Jagdev what he has to do right here.
Precisely.
There would be nothing different. As I would tell him, listen, the Guyanese people have to make money. These contracts you are giving out to the foreigners, bring it right here, give the Guyanese people. The Guyanese people can handle it, put them, get them to be trained. Bring in foreigners to train them. You understand? So that we can take over all the businesses. But instead, the oil people bringing in their own oil people. You know that same garbage company that I talked about in the program? One, the American company plus the Trinidadian companies. One of the Trinidad companies is an American company in Trinidad that is coming. So you got two American companies
Exactly.
coming, not one.
Yes.
One from America and one from Trinidad. And it's very clear. We write it in the papers.
Yeah.
Does
Where
that?
is all this local content you're talking about?
Right. So local content is nowhere. Give me the other question.
Mr. Lall, do you have a solution to the problem,
To what problems?
the oil problem?
We have to get there is solutions. I've been giving them the solutions from since last year, Ms. Harris.
Yes.
The solutions I'm talking about is very clear. We have to have the leaders who are ready, able, and willing to sit down with the oil people and say, listen, I am in command. We are in command. And we want X, we want Y, and we want Z. We want it this way, and we want it that way. We don't want it your way. Everything that is happening in this country with the oil sector is ExxonMobil's way. Guyana has no way.
But the
And the reason why Guyana has no way, that is my biggest question. Why would our leaders allow these people to have it their way? Take the call.
Go ahead. Is it caller? Caller, good evening and welcome to the Glenn Lall Show.
Yes, good evening to you. Good evening to Mr. Glenn Lall and your panel there. One of the things I don't understand, all that is going on with the PPP now, why it is that the opposition is not saying anything. My conclusion is, Exxon come with the pocket full of chocolate, and everybody had a share of the chocolate. Whatever it is now, they can't say anything. I admire a man like Mr. Ramjatan during the time when they were opposition, during the time when PPP was the leading party, and the way he used to behave and used to talk. But I ended up voting for the AFC because I like the way he was doing things. After they won the election, you don't hear him Ramjatan talk no more. Stop talking, get dumb. Till day like today, he ain't talking. What happened to the former Prime Minister Nagmutu? This is going on, you're not hearing anything from these people. And the reason why I'm saying that the PNC, the coalition, when Mr. Hammer went in, they get into power, they said they're going to give us a good life. When they got in the
You get him? He get cut off? You can call us back. You can call, if you want, you can call 624-6456. But I like the guy comments. Right? And like him, I voted for the AFC. I supported Ramjatan. Ramjatan is the one who led me to believe, because this is the question I asked him. I said, boy, knowing the PNC track record, right? If the PNC decide to go left, what happens? He said, no. The AFC, right? And he said that, Trotman, everybody was there. He said that they will hold them and swing them back. You understand? And if they don't, right, they will swing away from them and go and join back the PPP. And it never happened. It went haywire. The AFC had little or no say in that during that coalition.
One quick thing, Glenn. The Guyana government has the greatest leverage by approving or not approving of every other contracts, every other like the Yellowtail project, every other project. When the government calls them to the table to renegotiate, if they will renegotiate because they will want the approval for all the other projects. So that is the greatest leverage the government has.
Exactly. I have been talking about that thing almost on every program, that we have the trump card in we hand. we can ring off ExxonMobil neck anytime. Because they have to come for every project, they gotta get approval, man. You understand? And once you hold back that, because remember the pie is here. The wealth is here. Their lotto is in Guyana, the lottery. So as I said it, Jagdev didn't use it when he granted Payara giveaway to ExxonMobil. And this fourth project, if we allow it, trust me, you will not even get the basic full cover insurance, much as any other renegotiation on the contract.
Right, so the question again is people should ask is why are the leaders approving all these projects without any benefits to the Guyanese people?
Exactly. Thank you. That is what I'm asking every Guyanese. Guyanese brothers and sisters, you're not poor. You're very wealthy. I've said it and I'm going to say it again. Yep. Every household can get $1 million a month in this country if we only get a little bargaining chip on the next project Jagde wants to give out. And we can correct ourselves on Lisa 1, 2, and 3 with a number of things. It's lots of money we can rake in. But the gentleman talked something, and I want to add to him, right? The reason why they can't do that, and Exxon calling the shots, is because they're buying themselves. Remember, Uncle and Auntie, I keep saying this thing all the time. The first thing oil companies come in your country and do, they line the pockets of the politicians.
Yep.
They create chaos and confusion with the citizens. And while we fight among ourselves,
we sleep at the wheel.
Man, them fetching out your oil by the boatloads every week. Every week. So this is why we are where we are. That you have them all silent, not holding press conferences to tell us anything, to tell you anything. They're ducking and hiding. They're running from the press. They're running from you. And you need to understand this. This is why we need to come out. Like I said, 7,000 people hit the streets of Georgetown. You will have them running helter-skelter to change that contract. Trust me on it, brothers and sisters. Trust me on it. That's why I tell you guys, Wednesday, 2 o'clock, I go in front. Gisby's at Houston on the East Bank. And you guys, I know you COVID, you can't come. Who can come should come. But come out on the streets where you live. Call out your neighbors. Take some photos. And let's throw it in the newspapers. Let's throw it on social media. Let us show the world that we mean business. We mean to fight. And we will fight for our own thing that God Almighty has blessed us with. You have any calls? Man, no, you can't. You gotta get up.
Today's Martin Luther King, one of the great leaders' birthday. You know, he stands for what he believes in. Glenn, every country, the infrastructure is being done by the people. Why is the infrastructure of Guyana is being done by outside sourcing?
That's a good question. The infrastructure, we have people who have been doing all the infrastructures in this country. Now I see they're bringing in Trinidadians who happen to be the friends of some of the leaders in this land. But this is Guyana. This is the Banana Republic. This is the Banana Republic in the region.
There was a local contractor.
Cannot do that there.
There was a local contractor who said he could have done the Timeri, the airport project. He could have done that for $50 million US. There was a local Guyanese contractor who said he could have done it.
My friend, you don't have to get a local contractor. I can build that myself for $15 million. What I said is spending $200 million US on. They're not spending money there, man. These are projects, I've said it many times. They are, yes, as a cash cow, a milking cow. They design it and leave it there to just milk your money. You know? And do you see the 190 million the loan they took on borrow for go do the road, the Mabura road? Man, that's a milking cow, man. That's a milking cow. And nothing will be done. All they're going to do, they'll get the Chinese for just run a little grader on it, and that's it. That's a road. You understand? And that, you got an idea what 190 million US can do for the roads in the city? As a matter of fact, I see last week, they patch up the road at Mandela Head here. I see Sunday, 2 days ago, yesterday they patched the stoplight by Eccles. They're patching. They're just patching. And who breaking it up? The oil companies, them breaking up.
Yes.
It's the oil companies. The work being done for the oil companies is creating the destruction and damages on the road. And who money spending? The taxpayers' money. Why they can only give 7% increase? Because of things like this.
So out of we 2%, we got to take and fix the roads for them every single day of the year.
I have said it many times on this radio, Leland. Leland, you sleep away on me. That the 2%, I don't like to talk about a 50% profit because that's not nonsense. That's for a fool. The 2% that Guyana will be getting from that oil, and it's less than 2%, will not be enough
Just to fix the road.
to maintain the roads alone, nothing else I'm talking about, the roads alone, that these oil companies will be breaking up. So Guyana will forever be indebted to overseas financial institutions just to keep the country rolling smoothly. That's what will happen.
Mr. Lall, I have one final question
Go ahead
for
with
you
the question.
here. What vision do you have for the oil sector and for Guyana?
The vision I have for that, I am seeing not only Guyana, I'm seeing the region, how the region can become, because of course Guyana is part of a region in which we live like brothers and sisters all the years that went by. I am seeing how we can become a Dubai, a real Dubai.
Indeed.
If only we can get these leaders to work, to use their head in the opposite direction to where they are today. It's too much money here.
It is. It's too much for us to
It's
lose.
tremendous wealth we have here. And we can get that kind of money. But just these leaders have to just decide to say, hey, call it a day. Whatever we have settled for, we change our mind. And I'm sure that they're being held at ransom. Okay? I am sure that the people of this country, listen to this, I am sure, because I will do it, the people of this country will forgive you guys for whatever compromising situation you find yourself in. I am willing to forgive you guys, and let's start all over again, so that the Guyanese people can really benefit from their wealth, man. Can we, with that, can we say,
I think so.
can we say good night to that?
Yes, we can.
Absolutely.
Can we say amen to that?
Amen.
Amen. Namaste. and
We are
good
willing
night.
to forgive any one of you in the PPP, in the PNC, and the AFC. Whatever deal y'all make, we are willing, and I'm sure every Guyanese will be on my side to say, listen, let's start over.
Yes.
Forget about it.
Fix it.
We are going to forgive you guys.
We forgive you.
We'll allow you guys to keep if and how much you collect. All right? You agree with me, Bernard?
Definitely.
We'll allow you to keep it.
We forgive you.
We forgive you guys. Let's get this thing right.
Make it right.
Indeed.
Make it right. Let's get this fourth project that you want to give, that Jamde wants to give. Let's get it right. And we will renegotiate from that fourth project so that the Guyanese people can send their children with biscuit and a proper hamburger in the lunch kit.
And some cheese too.
With that, can we say good night and God bless you guys?
Good night. Namaste.